watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to GHS Insider, the show that's all about the G. I'm Tia Lyons, and today you'll get an inside look at everything happening around Germantown High School. We've got a jam-packed show, so let's find out what's coming up. School safety is on the minds of everyone. Reporter Zabria McClain talks with the administration about what they are doing to keep everyone safe.
We received a lot of praise from district personnel about how fast our teachers and students locked our campus down.
Coach Gene can handle the pressure on the field, but can he handle the hot seat? We'll find out.
Most prized possession?
My daughters.
And we take you inside GHS's first majorette team to find out the history behind the history-making team. We look forward to those stories. If you didn't know, we are in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, a month to honor those who have paved the path in the U.S. To mark the occasion, the Spanish Heritage Club prepared a special presentation to highlight their culture. Here is GHS Insider reporter Delta Buchanan with more.
A phenomenal performance.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Vidiana Nambo, the Spanish Club president. So tell us about this dance. How did it come about?
So our students spent about 2 hours every single day performing. It was really last minute. We weren't really sure if we were going to get approval of it. We've been trying to get this going since freshman year, but basically we all just took a lot of commitment and joined together to try to come up with different Latin American dances and just kind of join them all together in a mix.
How did you come up with this choreography? Was it a group effort?
So we have students here from different Latin American countries, and we all just kind of got a little pitch from every single student that we could find from different ethnicities within the Hispanic culture. But I personally used to work with a professional choreographer, and I have done a lot of dances, so I was kind of experienced in this a lot, and I was just kind of the head of everything, but everyone put in part.
Was this Spanish Club's first time doing anything like this?
It was. So Spanish Club just now started. We've been trying to get this going for a while now. It's just that we were kind of working together with National Spanish Honor Society as former vice president. And this new club is just kind of to appreciate different Latin American cultures and every tradition that they do.
This was a collaboration. How important was it to create a dance celebrating Hispanic and Latino culture?
I think it was really important, especially here at Germantown High School, since we really never had anything this big. We've had different activities that were held inside of a classroom for Latin American countries, but this was the first time that we had something where the whole school got to play part of, and it also helped in the community because we also got to work with kids outside of the school.
Are y'all planning anything else this month?
Well, this month we also have different activities. As you've heard, we had a few students also working on the announcements along with the kids in National Spanish Honor Society.
Muchas gracias la afición. Mi nombre es Tobene Iguani.
But we also have different activities coming up for the whole school.
What do you want people to know about the impact Hispanic and Latino trailblazers have had on society?
What I would really want people to know is that we're here. Like, we have formed part in Germantown, but also like in global areas, and we have always like tried to push forth, not even just for the Latin American countries, but for all cultures.
At the beginning of the year, GHS students experienced something we thought we would never have to go through: threats to our safety. In today's Campus Corner, GHS Insider reporter Zabria McLean talks to our administration about how they are protecting us.
Thank you, Tia. I'm here with our very own assistant principal, Mr. Longino. Thank you for agreeing to speak with me.
Thank you, welcome.
So we got off to a rocky start this year with a lockdown that started with a pre-planned flyer drill. Can you tell us about how you were able to get word out to the teachers so quickly?
So when we got the threat, we sent out an email to all the staff, and we also got on the intercom they said lockdown, and our teachers and students did a great job of locking down instantly. As a matter of fact, we received a lot of praise from district personnel about how fast our teachers and students locked our campus down. So at that time when the students were locked down, this was the safest place in Memphis. So our staff and our teachers did a great job, and our students.
So what triggered this lockdown?
We are continuing to follow that breaking news at Germantown High School. We know heavy police presence there after police tell us that someone called in a threat to the school.
So we were having a fire drill at the time, and then we had a threat by telephone about an active shooter coming, and it was right at the fire drill, so that was a perfect time if a shooter was to come. So that came, and then we did the signal for a lockdown, and the school locked itself down. So that's what happened. The reason it took so long is because the shooter kept, or the person that kept calling, he kept calling every hour saying that he was here, he was doing this. That's why it took so long for the threat to be neutralized.
The rumors definitely escalated because we weren't being told anything, because we were left out and shut out, and they just had us sitting in there, and it causes more of a panic when no one knows anything.
So how are you able to keep everything under control during this lockdown with all the parents crowded on campus?
So again, the teachers and the students did an excellent job. The parents, on the other hand, were a challenge for us.
I got a call saying there was an active shooter on the premises. Once I got here, I realized it wasn't an active shooter.
So we had law enforcement at every entrance and exit. That was to stop anybody from entering our campus or exiting our campus. Also with the parents, we kept them in a central location, and we released all students as fast as we could, and we had a lot of help from the district, so they came. So we had law enforcement with the entrances, and we had district personnel helping us release the students in an orderly fashion. So it was actually a perfect situation.
So there has been a heavy police presence since the lockdown. Is this permanent?
It will be permanent. We will have more law enforcement here on campus, and we have some undercover law enforcement here that you will not see. So, and that's just to keep the kids safe, keep the students safe, keep the schools safe. So yes, we will have a heavy law enforcement here on campus, and we're also working with Germantown Police Department for them to offer services as well.
And what kind of precautions are being taken to keep students safe if another threat were to occur, or if someone were to act on these threats?
So the first thing is that we want to make sure that all vehicles belong on this campus, and that's why we do the parking passes. That's the first thing that we do as a safety measure. Also, any person that enters our campus will have to check in at the office. Law enforcement is always watching all of the exits and entrances to make sure that no one can just enter our campus and harm one of the students or the staff. So these precautions are in place, and we also still will continue to do our lockdown drills every month, as well as our fire drills and all our other emergency drills. So if there's any indication of what happened, we're going to be fine as long as everyone continues to do what they did the first time.
And there have been quite a few incidents where students have started physical conflicts. Can you talk about the consequences for these kinds of actions?
So anytime there's a fight on our campus, we can give between 5 to 10 days of suspension. I'm happy to say though, in comparison to last year, we had 20 fewer fights than last year. So the students have been doing a good job with not getting into physical confrontations. If there's a fight and there are three or more participants, that's an automatic 180-day expulsion. That's considered to be a gang fight. But I want to continue to just commend our students. We have not had any major fights. And as a result, you can also see that we've had more pep rallies, and we plan on having more activities for the students if they can continue to not have these physical altercations.
Well, I'd like to thank you for keeping us safe and taking care of us.
Oh, you're welcome. That's our job, and all of our admin do a great job here, and our teachers, so thank you. And the children are doing good as well, so thank you.
Back to you, Tia.
Every Wednesday, a special cafe opens, providing sweet treats and coffee to teachers who need a little pick-me-up. Sunrise Cafe is run by students in our special education department. GHS Insider reporter Maria Strickland visited the cafe to see how the business is run.
The Sunrise Cafe is an education-based business that helps special needs students get a taste of what it's like to work at an actual business. Joining me is Miss Peters and her student Akila. Thank you guys for coming on the show. So how did the idea of a cafe come about?
A teacher that was here previously established a Sunrise Cafe as a way for students to develop pre-employment skills. That way they'll be ready to obtain jobs when they're finished with high school.
Okay. And what are some of the student responsibilities?
The students pretty much do everything. When they come in, they're making the coffee. They're setting up the coffee cups. They're making the muffins, the cinnamon rolls. They're making sure that we have enough creamers out, that we have all the condiments that the teachers are going to want, napkins, things like that. They have to collect the money, count, make sure the money's accurate, and give back change.
On that note, what are some of the skills that students learn?
There's a lot of skills involved that a lot of people don't realize. When you're baking, you're usually measuring cups. Measuring cups are fractions, and that's a skill we're going to use our entire life. Counting money is a skill that we all need to know, whether it's for our personal life or whether it's for a job. Assisting people, waiting on people, having a good mood when you ask people what they want.
And which subject do you like? I just took a class.
These are really important skills that no matter what job the kids have, that's a skill that they're going to need.
Okay. You've done this for a few years now. Do you, as a teacher, learn anything new from your students in the cafe?
Every time that we run the cafe, I learn something new. Maybe someone who couldn't count money before can now count money. Maybe someone who couldn't measure in a measuring cup can now measure in the measuring cup. Maybe someone who's afraid to talk to a teacher is now willing to welcome a teacher into the classroom for the Sunrise Cafe.
And for you, Akila, why do you like working at the Sunrise Cafe?
I like to work here because it teaches me how to do stuff in the real world. Because in the real world, you got to learn how to cook, you got to learn how to do stuff for yourself, and learn how to bake stuff.
Okay, well, thank you guys for telling us more about the Sunrise Cafe.
You're welcome.
Reporting for GHS Insider, I'm Maria Strickland.
The varsity football team is on fire, but can their head coach handle the heat coming from the hot seat? Coach Gene Robinson entered our quick fire chamber to answer a series of questions as fast as he could. Let's see if he survived.
Coach Robinson, you're in the hot seat. Are you ready? Your time begins in 3, 2, 1. Most prized possession?
My daughters.
Something on your bucket list?
Pass.
Recent obsession?
Football.
Favorite sports team?
Dallas Cowboys.
Staple clothing item?
My coaching pants.
Favorite TV series?
Martin.
What high school did you attend?
Whitehaven High School.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite music genre?
Blues.
Least favorite food?
Pass.
Favorite artist?
Johnny Taylor.
Favorite book?
Winning Tim Grover.
Top movie.
Remember the Titans.
Football number in high school.
Number 1 and number 27.
What's one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
I'm an ultimate competitor.
What do you like to do on the weekends?
Hang with my daughters.
Favorite subject?
Math.
What would you like to say to all your fans?
Big game this week. Be there, wear red. Let's go.
Congratulations, Coach Gene. You've survived the hot seat.
In today's club chat, we take you inside GHS's first club fair. GHS Insider reporter Morgan McLean spoke to some of our club representatives.
Basically, mock trial is basically in the name. It's a mock trial. You get these cases and you defend them. You act it out. If you're into acting, this is the club for you.
This is Debate Club, and in Debate Club, we go over real topics. We are a two-person thing, so basically you're going to have two people, you're going to have a partner, and we're debating against different schools. It's a competition.
I'm the president of Best Buddies. Basically what you're doing is you're creating lifelong friendships with people with disabilities.
We are the Student Government Association. We plan all of the school-ran events here at Germantown. Any homecoming days, any special events that's ran by the SGA.
Science Olympiad, it's a club where, like, if you're interested in any type of science, from biology to anatomy to physics, you should join, and we have many different events for you.
Battle of the Books or Book Club is a club where you have to read a set amount of books by the end of the semester. Then we'll do trivia on the books, asking questions like what the author's name is, what the book was about.
Basically, our Spanish club is just learning about different Latin American cultures and their different traditions. We'll even be learning about their dances and their food. It's not more so, a lot of people are scared because we don't know Spanish, we don't even take Spanish classes, but it's more so just learning about the tradition and appreciating it.
Hundreds of students made their way to the club fair, and by the looks of it, it's a huge success. With me is Miss Fain and Brianna Curry, the co-founder of the Headspace Club, to talk with us more about it. So, hey, Miss Fain.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So, this whole club fair is a new idea. Can you tell us where it came from?
Yes, actually, Dr. Stencil brought the idea to me. He said that they used to do it years ago when he was here before. He wanted to showcase to our students the clubs that we offer so that everyone can get involved.
Good. My daughter did this when she was in 8th grade, maybe.
Can you talk to us about what types of clubs are participating in this fair?
Yes, we have many different clubs here. We have the Modern Film Club. We also have a cooking club. We have the LGBTQ plus club. We have a new club, Headspace, sponsored by Mr. Terry, who will be starting this year.
So, Brianna, Headspace is a new club, and I hear that you guys are recruiting. Describe your club for us.
So we basically talk about psychology and neuroscience, and it's a fun learning experience for those who want to major in psychology or neuroscience. And we also have fun activities like studying murder cases and analyzing psychological thrillers.
Why do you feel that GHS needed this club?
A lot of people our age want to major in psychology and neuroscience, so for me to open up that opportunity is a great success, and I hope that people enjoy it.
Now back to you, Ms. Fain. Why do you think that clubs and student organizations are important to the culture of GHS?
I feel that students always need somewhere to fit in. I think that if they find their niche or they find their club or they find like-minded individuals, that they will succeed and have a great high school experience.
Thank you, Ms. Fain, and thank you, Brianna. I'm Morgan McLean reporting for GHS Insider.
The football games are a little rowdier this year thanks to the new majorette team. The GHS majorettes combine the high-step marching style of college bands with West African, jazz, modern, and hip-hop choreography. And man, do they put on a show. GHS Insider reporter and editor Mila Coleman introduces us to the team.
A major is more than dance, it's just expressing yourself, and it's a part of Black history also because there's a lot of colleges, HBCUs especially, that highlight majorettes. It's a way for Black girls to express the way that they like to dance, and it's been celebrated in HBCUs for the longest. It was my goal for my senior year to get started with the majorette team, and I brought Azaria on with me, and it kind of shot up from there.
She actually came to me with the idea and was like, hey girl, you want to start a majorette team? And I was like, of course. It's been my whole life. This has been all I've known forever.
I felt this was a team that we needed because they never had a team within all the years that the schools have been here. And then as a whole, the girls wanted a team, and I felt that would boost the morale in the school. And it's very much needed at the game.
I never understood why majorette was never an option at Germantown since we have every other sport included in club. It just felt out of place for majorettes not to be here. It just felt necessary that we have a majorette team.
I would describe this particular team as hungry. These ladies are very hungry. They're interested in it. A lot of times you gotta pull energy out of students and it makes it hard to work with them, but these girls are so interested and hungry and ready for practice and ready to get their uniforms and get their hair done, and they come in with enthusiasm.
To be a majorette, you have to work out constantly. You have to be straight in your movements. You have to make sure your toes are pointed. You have to be on point at all times. Make sure you smile.
It takes a lot of discipline. You have to know what you can handle. It's a lot of, stepping up, having leaderships.
Of course, it's a new team, so we're still trying to figure things out. But I feel like we're thriving. We came out for the pep rally, and I feel all the energy from all of my peers. So it's like they give me energy to keep going.
There's a lot going on in the world of GHS sports. Here's Kirsten Clark with the latest. Hey Red Devils, the varsity football team is looking to pick themselves up after a tough loss to Houston, but they won't have it easy against the 6-0 Collierville Dragons. Last Friday, in the face of yet another first half deficit, the Red Devils attempted to do what they've done all season, win the second half. But Houston was ready for us and stopped us at every track. Senior QB Isaiah Tate went 10 of 18 for 149 yards. While BJ Blake had a touchdown, a reception, and a TD run. Now the team must forget Houston and focus on another top team in the county.
We're going to Collierville, and it's a battle, a regional battle. So we're excited. We can't let one loss turn into two and affect us 2 weeks in a row. So we put that behind us yesterday, and now we are here ready to work for today.
So Red Devils, come out and support our team. The game is at 7 p.m. at Collierville. The theme is Neon. Moving on to girls volleyball, it's been a tough season for the girls who are currently 4-9, but they were all smiles for the game against Southwind. The team gelled and worked together to win the match 3-0. During a break in the action, the seniors were recognized for their hard work throughout the season. Their coach says the seniors have laid the foundation for the underclassmen.
We are a pretty young team. We only had 2 returning players that started on varsity last year. And so we had a lot of growth to make this year, and we've done a lot of tremendous growth. I'm very proud of them and how far we've come. We still have a lot of work to do, but we're ready to face the challenge. We're excited about our districts coming up soon.
And finally, let's talk about our girls soccer team. They're crushing it with a record of 11-3. 9 of those games, they didn't let the other team score. That wasn't the case at Wednesday's MSCI AA championship game against White Station. The Spartans put up a good fight, keeping the Red Devils on their toes. White Station led throughout the game, never letting the Red Devils near the goal. Final score, 4-0, White Station.
It's one game at a time, one goal at a time. We start, we play, and we finish.
The Lady Red Devils will be returning to play after fall break. Good luck, Red Devils. If you want to hear more about all these sports, tune in next week to our national award-winning sports show, Red Devil Postgame. We go more in depth on these sports and more. You'll want to tune back in. Tia, back to you. That's it for us here at GHS Insider. If you have a story you'd like to see on the show, scan the QR codes around campus to submit your idea. And remember, you can follow us on Instagram. Our handle is GHS-TV. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on GHS Insider.